was excellent. So sorry, okay. The previous classes have been great, following up on the different people attending. In the group, we have over 58 people. And yes, I know most of the people can't come join live, possibly because of data connection, internet, but they always keep up following on the YouTube videos that are recorded live, so they can follow the whole conversation from start to the end and all the classes, which is great. So for the purpose, so we do all this and record the whole process. Thank you everyone who is taking the initiative to be part of this. For our new members, you're most welcome. We always have doors open for new people joining until the session is done. So thanking the Deputy Sentongo Mansu, thank you so much for taking us through the first 2 weeks. It's been amazing. And for tomorrow's presentation, we actually cannot wait for everyone who has something to show us. We just cannot wait to see what you've learned and what you're willing to share. It's very exciting because the best person and the second best are gonna get rewarded by the organization. The gift is, trust me, it's gonna be there. So put in the work, put in the effort, and may the best person win. Me, I cannot wait for tomorrow's class as you guys present to us your ideas. I'm very positive. Very many have put in a lot of effort, and everything you've learned and all the skills, I'm actually very excited. So personally, this class has benefited me to a greater level. Most things that I missed out during my school days, I've actually gotten a chance to go through it all again. So thank you everyone. This is really amazing that you give us your 1 hour to do this. The class is free of charge. Don't forget to always share and invite other people. Like, we have no limitations on numbers, just to invite people. So this is the live section. We're gonna have the after lockdown and we are able to go to class. We're gonna have you guys in front of your laptops and computers working with us, direct supervision from our team. And that's going to be very exciting. So get through this. The best part is yet to come. So yes, that's it from me. And just get set for tomorrow's classes. Meanwhile, I'll hand over the class to Mansu to take over and we proceed from where we stopped. Don't forget to share our social media pages on Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn. We're all there. Just like, share, keep updated with all our posts. We have lots of projects that we're working on that I believe everyone will be interested. So this is a social initiative, social impact for everyone. So you're most welcome and thank you so much for being here.
Okay, yeah, thank you so much for those welcoming remarks. Yeah, don't forget tomorrow we have a competition and we're going to look at what you've produced and we're going to be awarding the best 2 people. Yeah, so let's have also a very few words like in 1 minute from Mr. Adrian Chilavida, then we kick off with today's session. Yes, Mr. Adrian, are you there?
Yes, thank you so much, Mr. Mansour. Yeah, I would like to welcome everyone that has managed to join in today. I'm really excited that we have gone this far. Please don't forget to, if in case you have any problem, any question, we're always there to help. We decided to put up this kind of things so that we can gain from it as to share knowledge, because as we share knowledge, we believe that that's also another way of trying to give back to the community, and also that's how we can also be able to be helpful. So in case you have any question, please don't forget to share it. You can ask, and I wish you good luck in your final presentation that will be held tomorrow. Wish you all the best of luck. Yeah, as we are going for this session, we are hoping that if you have any question, I'll be in the message box. I'll be able to reply you as soon as possible. Yeah, other than that, over to you, Mansoor.
Okay, yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, don't forget we live on YouTube. So if your network is not good, you can always follow along, or you can go and download the session and you always get what you forget to, whatever we covered and forget about it. Yeah, so today's session, we've been covering a lot of things, but today we're going to look at if you're done with preparing the presentation, so what is next? How do you export it into different formats? How do you check whether there are spelling errors? How do you protect it? How do you check for any issues? And that's what we're going to look at. Yeah, I have some sample presentation here that I'm going to use to just for demonstration. Yeah, it's just for demonstration purposes. It's not that it is the presentation you should be having. Yeah, so I'm going to open it. Yeah, so this is the one I'm going to use for demonstration. It's just about a presentation about a certain software, but don't worry about the content. Yeah, so now what if I'm done? Okay, just assume I had two presentations that I was preparing. Like I opened two files. Then when I reached somewhere, I created another one, and there is some content in the second file that I want to add into this file. Yeah, so how do you now get the slides? No, don't worry. You don't worry about the content. It's just for demonstration purposes. Yeah, so now I assume that I have two files. They are here on my desktop. Yeah, I have two files. So I was creating a presentation, then it reached somewhere, but later on I created another copy, and now I modified this copy, and it is what I've opened. But now I realized there are some slides that I left in this PowerPoint that I need to join to the other one. Yeah, as you could see, there are some slides which are missing the other side. So how do we join the two of them? That's what we're going to look at. Yeah, so what I'm going to do, yeah, the first thing I can do is I can open them on both sides, like here. I can open it to be on one side. This is the new, like it is called Civil 3D new. Then I have the one which is old. Let me open it here. Like this, I can open them side by side. I hope you're following, because this happens a lot. Yeah, so I have two of them. Now, what can happen is that I can get a slide. Maybe this slide is missing, and I want to put it here as the second slide. Just suppose it is missing. I can delete it from here. Just suppose I want to insert it here. What I can do, I can drag and drop it this side. Yeah, like that. But this is a manual way of doing it. There is a better way of doing it, and that's what we're going to look at. So I'm going to close this. I'm going to delete the one I've inserted here. Then I go back to maximum screen, like that. Yeah, so how do you do it in a better way? Yeah, the better way of doing it is you come to new slide, then don't choose any layout here. Just come down to reuse slides. That option for reuse slides. Yeah, so when I check on reuse slides, it gives me a freedom to go and open an old presentation. So I can click on browse, and I go to the location of the old presentation that I've been working on. So it is this 3D instead of new. Then it's going to open the slides here on my right. Then I just come and click, like after here, I need some slide. Which slide do I want to put? This one. So I click once, I don't double click, I just click once. Then it gets inserted like that. So if I scroll down and I see there is one that is missing and it's supposed to be this side, for example, after here, I want to put some slide, and that slide is this one. I click on it. Then it gets inserted. Then when I'm done, I close it. Yes, like that. So that's how I can import some slides from old presentation into a new one. Just click on new slide, come to reuse slides here. Then now you go to browse and you select where they are found. Yeah, there are very many ways of inserting new slides. Now, like this one, it's called slides from outline. Yeah, we're not going to look at it, but I can explain those that know about Microsoft Word can get an insight. When you insert a new slide from outlines, what it does, if you have a Word document and it is set in headings like heading 1, heading 2, heading 3, when you come to insert from slide outlines and you select that Microsoft Word, it automatically creates the slides for you. Then you come and edit them. Yeah, that's what it does, but we're not going to cover it. Lincoln is asking, can everybody hear me? I think he can't get us very well. Can everybody hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, I think it is his network. Lincoln, check your network. All right, so we're done with checking how to use slides. Yes, so now we're going to look at, I'm done creating my PowerPoint and I want to export it. And this is very important, especially for those that are doing that ad, because you need to give us a video. But you need to first check that your work is very well organized and everything is okay. Yeah, so the first thing you need to check with is the spelling errors. It's very hard for you to always be like perfect about spellings. So that's why we go ahead to check for spellings. So now, right now, I'm going to go to review. Here, I click on review. Then I come to, this is called proofing a PowerPoint. So you find it under proofing tools here. Then click on check spelling. So it will automatically detect those words that you've misspelled, like here. So it is telling me I can replace this word with formats, like here. So the error is not supposed to be there. So if I want to change, I can click on change, or I click on change all. If I click on change all, whenever there is another mistake like here, it's going to change at once. But if I click on change, it will move again to the next mistake, like that. Click on change, click on change. Yeah, now until it is done checking, so it is giving us a pass that spell check complete, you're good to go. Then press OK. Yeah, but I want to give you a spoiler alert. It's not that this check spelling is always right. You may type in your name and it will detect it as a wrong spelling. So you don't need to change it to what it is proposing. Don't change it. You need to read it, like you need to read and prove that the word doesn't need to be changed or actually requires to be changed. Yeah, so it's not that you should always follow what the spelling check is telling you to change and you automatically change it. So that's about checking spellings. So we're done checking spellings for our presentation. So now we're going to look at how do you export it into different formats. Yeah, so before we export it into different formats, we're going to come to this screen, click on File. Yeah, so you see this screen, there are different provisions. We have protect the presentation, check for issues, then manage presentation. So we're going to look at two of them. Yeah, so the first one is check for issues. This, when you click on it, it has different options. There is a inspect document, check accessibility, and check compatibility. So we're going to first inspect the document, and that one is going to bring out to you all the different warnings or like the issues that may arise in you sharing the presentation. Yeah, so we're going to click on inspect document. Then this is what it can inspect for. comments. Yeah, we've not looked at comments, but just know they exist. You can send someone a PowerPoint presentation and they add comments. Yeah, so these are all the things that it can look out for, and it inspects them, then it gives you kind of like a report, and it is you to choose whether to remove or leave them within the presentation. So I'm going to click on inspect. Yeah, then it takes some time. It just depends on how big your presentation is and maybe how fast your computer is. So for comments, we pass. There are no comments that were found. Then here, document properties and personal information. Yeah, so it is showing us that there is some personal information. So that is about the account. I'm using my account, so it is including it as the author name. So in case I want to remove, before I share, I click on remove all. But since I'm not going to share it, I can leave it to be there. Then when I scroll down, I can see that all of them, all these ones are they are ticked. They have no issues. So I scroll down. Then when it comes to presentation notes, yeah. So presentation notes are like they help you when you're presenting. But in case you sharing your presentation to other people, you may not want to share your presentation notes with them. So it's about you to either remove or you stay with them. So this presentation has some notes, so I can decide to remove, and they get removed, and you can see that now it is checked that there are no presentation notes included. So when I feel like I'm satisfied with the report, I click on close. Yeah, so that's it. Let me first get a link to the YouTube. We live on YouTube. This is a link. Yeah, I've shared the link. So we're done with inspecting. We're done with inspecting our document. So what do we do next? What we do next is called a check for accessibility. And what is that? Checking for accessibility means that please check your presentation, whether it is favorable for people with disabilities, like someone can't see very well. That one checks for, like, if you have a lot of graphics in there, if you have some small font size, like you have a font size of like 6 points, so the word is too small for someone to read. If you have an image that is overstretched, that's what it's going to look at. So it's looking at, is it accessible by anyone? That's what it's going to look at. So I click on check for issues. Then I click on check accessibility. Then it is going to take some time as it processes, because it has to go through all the slides and it checks whether they are accessible. Yeah, so here on top, I have errors. Then down here, I have warnings. Yeah, so it's about me to abandon like the accessibility issues, or I can go and improve on my PowerPoint. So let's look at the errors. The first error is that it is complaining at picture 10 on slide 2. Yeah, so you can see that picture 10, it's not that clear. First of all, it is overstretched. Then there is some transparent, there's some yellow color on top. So it's not easy to look at. So it's about me to replace it, or to delete it, or to improve it, because the software will just help you to point out those points that this is not accessible, this is not favorable for people that are looking at your presentation. Yeah, so I can click on maybe this, it will show me that that particular arrow is not like, it's not like other arrows as we're seeing here. So that's what it is complaining about, and also it is not as visible as it would be. Yeah, so you just go on clicking on one by one, then as you improve, either you delete or improve on your content. So those are the errors. Then now here, it has another error of missing slide title. Yeah, so we have a layout and it is missing a slide title. Like we have a slide, it is missing a slide title. So it's about us to either include the slide title, or we delete or we ignore. So I'm going to ignore it. But you can see if I come back to home, then I come to layout. If I click on that slide, click on layout, then I click on maybe title only. And now if I'm to save and I check for accessibility again, that complaint won't be there. Yeah, that's how it works. Then these are warnings. These are warnings. It is warning me about the table, how I've formatted the table. Yeah, like table 10 style has low contrast. Yeah, it means that it's not so visible to everyone. Yeah, also here, you could see that the points that it picks out, actually, they make sense. The graphics which is there is not that good. Either it is not good to some people with maybe that are long-sighted, others are short-sighted, so you should look into that. Yeah, so here it is also warning me about checking read order for slide 2, slide 3, slide 7. So it's about me to go and I see a way of improving on my slide. Yeah, then here, tips, it is telling me that I have a duplicate slide, like here. I have that, and I also have it somewhere. Let me see, duplicate slide title. It's called data formats in AutoCAD slide now. Okay, also what you should know that sometimes it is not like these ones, especially checking for spelling, and also this one of all issues, all the tools that check for issues, they are not 100% correct, but they help you to highlight. So it's not that they are always right. It is you actually smarter than them, but they help you to improve on the PowerPoint presentation. Yeah, so here it has proposed something, but actually it is not right. It is saying that I've duplicated the slide title, but I could see they are different. It is not the same, but that can actually occur. That's why I wanted you to look at it, that it can occur and it's not right. It's not the one that is checking for accessibility is right, but it is about you to see whether you need to improve. But some of them are right, like here we checked on the image and it was really not good to look at. Yeah, so that is check for accessibility. Then now we're going to look at another one. I click on file, then I come for check for issues. Then the last one is check compatibility. So right now I'm using PowerPoint 2019, and there are also other older versions of PowerPoint like 2013, 2016, 2010, 2007, and 2003. So when I click on check compatibility, it's going to tell me whether old versions won't be able to read particular slides, or they will be able to read. So it is this. So it is telling me the smart graphic and any text cannot be edited when using version of Microsoft Office earlier than Office 2007. And it shows me the slide numbers. That is slide 5, 7, 13, and 15. That's where I'd used smart art. So it's about me to either go with it and I remove my smart art so that Microsoft versions earlier than 2007, that is 2003, so that they are able to read my PowerPoint. But if I know that all the people I'm going to share with my PowerPoint, they are going to have Microsoft PowerPoint 2007 and above, I don't need to go and stress over that. Yeah, so that's what they help you. They warn you, then it's about you to decide whether you should follow their advice or you leave it. Yeah, let me hope we all together. Yeah, so now we're done with checking for issues. The next thing we're going to do is now we're going to first protect our file before we distribute it, yeah, into any other format. Yes, so that is protect presentation. When I click on protect presentation, you could see there are very, very, very many different like options we have. The first one is open always read only. Yeah, what does that mean? If I click on always open read only means that someone can view but they can't edit. So when I say open always read only, it means that every time I open my PowerPoint or my file, it should be read only until someone accepts to start editing. So that one avoids a mistake of editing, maybe changing the title by mistake. Yeah, so if I click on that, then I save and I exit my presentation. Then I'm going to open it again. It is here. Yeah, so right now it is opening. So we're going to see it's going to open when it is not editable. Yeah, like this. So when I try to click here and I type, right now I'm typing and nothing is happening. Why? Because it is read only and I get a warning on top here. It's read only. So it is telling me why it is read only. That is to prevent accidental changes. The author has set this file to open as read only. Until I click on edit anyway, then now I'm capable of editing. Yeah, so that is one way of protecting your PowerPoint presentation from editing. That is from editing, not from being accessed. Yeah, then we're going to look at more only two ways. That is, this is encrypt with password. Yeah, so how does that work? If you want to disable the open as read only, you just click in it again. So when we click here, we shall see that it's not active. Save. So you save, then exit. Then now when we open, it's just going to open. It's not going to bring read only. It's going to open when I can edit it. Yeah, and I can edit. All right, so let's look at another one of protecting our PowerPoint with a password. So I click on encrypt with password, then I type in the password. So I'm going to type in a very easy password. Why? Because when I forget the password, there is no way I can recover that document. It is gone. So it is good to protect it with a password, but please ensure that you can remember the password. So I'm going to put a very short password and easy to remember. I enter it again, I press OK. Yeah, now I can see that my document is protected with the password. I save it, close it, I open it again. Then it will not open until I type in the password. If I type a wrong password, it's not going to open. So you can see that it's asking me for a password. I'm going to type a wrong password. I press OK. Then it is telling me that is not the right password. And it will just open the program, but not the presentation until I provide the correct password. So I type in the right password like that. Then now I have access to the file. How do I remove it? I come back to file, then protect password, encrypt with password. Now I remove this and I say, okay. Yeah, so right now there is no password. It doesn't have a password. Yeah, so we're going to look at the last one, and that is called mark as final. Yeah, there are these other two, like restrict access, but this one works in an organization. That a very big organization, maybe an institute like Makerere University, where they can buy PowerPoint for all the students. So they access them by logging in. So that's when you can use restrict access. But this is a personal account. I can't use that feature. Then also adding a digital signature requires you to have a particular setup in your organization. There's some more software that works with adding a digital signature. But what is a digital signature? A digital signature is information about myself, like the person that has created the document. For example, I can come here and I say that I'm the one who created this document. Then I click on details. Then I add in my address, I add in my city, I add in my country and region and everything. Then I click on sign. Then this PowerPoint will be signed. When I send it to someone and they check and they see that maybe the city is not there or it's not the right city. Okay, if they check the information and there is no signature, remember we've said signature is the information about you. If there is no signature, it means that someone else tampered with that PowerPoint. Yeah, hope it is clear. When you sign it, it includes your information. When you send it to someone, they can see who signed that document. But the moment they receive a document that is not signed, it means that someone tampered with it. That is the importance of signing a document. Then we're going to look at the last one. It's called mark as final. So mark as final means that you've reviewed everything and you know that this is the final presentation that we're going to produce. So we're going to click on mark as final and we see what happens. So it will warn us that the presentation will be marked as final, then saved. So it will give us like more warning. I click OK. So you can see that automatically it makes it read only, like no one can edit anymore, because here it will give you why you can't edit anymore, because it is marked as final. The author has marked his presentation as final to discourage editing, but you have an option to click on edit anyway and you continue to edit. Yeah, so those are different ways that you can check into your PowerPoint presentation before you submit it or before you output it. So I'm going to go back and I disable the mark as final. Yes, not that. So right now, do we have any questions up to that point? Because now we're going into exporting the PowerPoint into other different formats. Is there any question? Okay, looks like everything is okay. Now we're going to look at how do you export now my presentation into other formats. Yes, other than PowerPoint, because we've been saving it as PPTX. Yeah, so how do we do that? Come to File, go to Export. Yeah, so right now I have a program that is called Adobe PDF Reader. So that's why I'm able to create a PDF from here. I have this option, but if in case you don't have Adobe PDF Reader, this option will not appear, but this one will be there, of create PDF stroke XPS document, this one here. So now that means I can get my PowerPoint and I create it into a PDF. How? Click on this, click on create PDF. Then it will ask me where to save it. I'm going to save it on desktop. Then I can call it 3D new PDF. Then I click on publish. Yeah, so right now it is publishing, but what publishing means, it is exporting it into a PDF. Yeah, so now it is done. So here I'm not in PowerPoint, I'm in a PDF reader document for software called Adobe PDF Reader or Adobe Acrobat Pro. So I can read it. So I've been able to turn it from a PowerPoint presentation, this, to a PDF. You can see they have different icons. Why would you need to change it into a PDF? It's the most commonly used format for sharing any document. Most of the documents are shared as PDFs instead of PowerPoint. Even if you have a Microsoft Word document, you always export it to a PDF and you share with another person. Yeah, so that's how you can create a PDF. So now let's look at how do you create now these other formats. Click on File, Export. Then I'm going to look at how do you create a video. Yeah, so this is where you go to in order for you to export your videos. Yeah, just click on this. Then now you have options. There's an option of having a 4K video, and this is a new option. You should be excited about it. What does it mean? It means that your video is going to be very, very clear. Even if viewed on a very big screen, it will come out very well. The only problem with it, it will be of huge size. So the more clear the video is, the more heavier it becomes. So if your video now, like there is this, which is called 720p pixels. If a video of like 1 minute is in 720p, you may find that it is around 20 MBs when you share it with someone. But the video of 1 minute in 1080, it may be around 32 MBs, around there. Now the one of 4K may be around 50 MBs, just 1 minute. So it is more clear, but it is heavy. So it's about you. Are you going to share it with someone else? Do you have the data to transfer it? But in case you just want to view it when it is very clear, then you can export it in 4K. 4K means 4,000 it just means 4,000. The K is 4,000. So it's 4,000 pixels. Yeah. So there is this standard 480. So this one is lower quality, but light. So I would recommend you to always export in 1080 than 4K. 4K is very heavy. Then 1080 is clear enough. That is HD. That's high definition, where high definition starts. Yeah. So click on that 1080. Then here, I told you to go and make some research about the timings and narrations. I want you to use them in your ads. So this is where you select whether you want to include them or not. Yeah, so just change the format. Then you can decide how many seconds should be spent on each slide. Yeah, so we said we need a 1 minute video. So 1 minute video, you may find that maybe you have 5 slides. So how many seconds should be spent on each slide? Yeah, you can do the mathematics, then you see that you reach to 60 seconds. Yeah, so those can be like around 12 seconds per slide. Those around 5 slides, then you get the 60 seconds. Then when you're done, click on create video. Yeah, then the video will be saved. So for it, when you're saving it, it takes some time because it is a video. But when it is done, you could see that it is in MP4. I think it is still, it's still exporting. Okay. All right, it was still exporting, and also like I'd still opened it, but that's how you export into a video. And that's what I want you to do when you're done with your adverts. After adding animations, after adding transitions, export it, play it, and be sure that it is playing what you've done. Then after that, you will send it. Yeah, so this is what we shall be looking at when we are awarding the best winner. 1, your color choice. 2, your themes. Which type of theme have you chosen? Have you decided not to use a theme? Does it look good without a theme? Have you decided to use a theme? Does it correspond to your message? Maybe you're making an ad about a supermarket. Does your theme correspond to the supermarket that you're advertising for? Yeah, then another one. If you have audio within it, you get an added advantage, but is the audio good? If it is good, you get more marks. If it's not good, there you will end up losing marks. If you want, you can include some GIFs. GIFs are short playing photos, like a GIF of maybe someone laughing. It can be for 2-3 seconds. Yeah, so if you include GIFs, it may be an added advantage as long as they are corresponding with what you're advertising. You can add short videos. Even if you're also outputting a video, you can add short videos as long as they correspond to what you're advertising for. Then we're going to look at originality, whether you didn't copy it from an existing ad. Then we're going to look at also creativity. How creative have you been? That is with using shapes. How many shapes do you have there? Then we're going to look at the smart art. Yeah, how have you used smart art? I want you to use it. Then we're going to look at the photos, the choice of photos that you've used. Yeah, so all what we're looking at is it impressive? Does it look professional? So all of the things I've mentioned will be scoring you different marks. Then with that, we award you different marks. Then we see the person that has very many marks will emerge as the winner. Then we get the second one. Yeah, like that. So I would like now to get a few questions from you regarding tomorrow or regarding what I've presented. Yes, any questions from anyone? Do you have any questions? All right, looks like we don't have any questions. Yeah, so I'm going to request Mr. Adrian also to give us a few words, then talk about tomorrow's competition. Then after that, we shall have a few words from our executive director. If she's still there, then yeah, we shall call it a session, then we prepare for tomorrow. Yes, Mr. Adrian, I see there.
Yes, hello?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. Thank you so much, Mr. Mansour, for the wonderful presentation. I hope it was very clear. That's why we didn't have any question. We're so happy that we've come to at least the end of this session, and we are looking forward to see what we've been talking about for the whole entire sessions we've been having. How are they implemented? That will be assessed tomorrow. And tomorrow we are hoping that everyone comes ready. Please come ready. Everyone is, even though you don't win, you're always going to be a winner because of the skills you get, the energy that you put in. So all that will be awarded yeah, it may not be a gift. Not everyone is going to win, of course, but I mean, even though you don't win, you will have the experience and the skills that you would have gained. Yeah, but I'm not discouraging you with that. Please go ahead. Everyone can be a winner. Just do your advert very well. We shall be here. You'll be presenting to us. And the assessment, as Mr. Mansour has talked about, we shall be following those key things. If I were you, I would be noting them down. Maybe after this session, Mansour, you post them in the WhatsApp group that everyone has a checklist. As you're developing your designs, you can be looking at them and see whether your presentation fits those things. Yeah, other than that, I think that's all from me. In case no one has a question, yeah, I hope we can meet tomorrow for the event, the final event of our wedding and the presentation. I'm so happy to see that we have taken this as far as this. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, thank you for those words. Yeah, so after tomorrow, now we're going to have another program for the last week, and it is called Microsoft Access. Yeah, and that's where you're going to learn everything to deal with the database. How do you store information? How do you read the information? If you concentrate very well, what we're going to learn in the coming week can actually earn you money after. You can get hired because of learning Microsoft Access. Yeah, that one I can assure you, if you master it very well, you can develop systems that work on supermarket. You can go and use any software that is used in ministries, used everywhere. Yeah, so don't forget to attend next week. Yeah, so right now, let me hope, okay, let me check if we could have a few words from our executive director, then we close it. Yes, Madam Teda, there? Are you still there?
Yes, I'm here. Sorry. Well, I just want to say thank you so much for the presentation. It was very rewarding to each of us. I personally learned a lot, and I hope everyone who has joined learned a lot. So I followed up on the group, and most people couldn't join because of network, but I hope they can follow up on the YouTube because the video is recorded. So let's hope. I shared the link in the group for the YouTube, so everyone can just subscribe and join the class. So, and thank you so much. Personally, we are very excited. We cannot wait for tomorrow's class. So, and for you to join and present very well. Oh, sorry. Is it? Yeah, so tomorrow's presentation is same time. Just come ready. I think you've all watched from the previous class that you can just sum up on everything that you've been doing, saving your presentation and having it to class. So just make sure you're ready. We have a prize for you. We'll name it once you get it. So everyone can win because everyone has gained the knowledge, I believe, through the class. Just in case you're lacking behind, just follow up on the other classes that we've had. Follow up on the other classes we've had and catch up with everyone. So that will help you also gain. In case you're having any questions, feel free to inbox Andrea and Mansu or me or any of the other cabin, Patricia, or she's off, but in the group you can see her. You can just inbox anyone joining, and thank you so much for sacrificing the 1 hour to be part. For the new members, you're always welcome anytime. So don't forget or share the information to your friends. Our adverts can't reach everyone, but for us, we're up to trying to help everyone who wants the help, because this is lockdown and we are all not doing anything at the moment. So why not just take your time up on this? And next week, it's very exciting. The whole, whatever you've done this week, last week, it's been a steady to finish this and start to earn from it. Thank you so much. I won't say so much. So, can have a good back to Manson, take up and we finish in the class.
Okay, I think maybe she's facing some network issues. Yeah, but thank you everyone for attending. I can see Kenneth, you're raising some hand. Yes, please go on, but you've disconnected your audio. Yeah, I don't know whether you can hear me, but I've shared the link. You can go on YouTube and you watch the recording. It was a very nice presentation you need to look at before you submit in your ad. Yeah, but I could see your audio is not joined. I don't know how you're going to be able to. Yeah, Kenneth, you reach out to me on WhatsApp or watch the recording. Yes, other than that, have a good night to everyone. We meet tomorrow. Be active on WhatsApp. Whenever we post there some information, reply to it or raise any suggestion. Yeah, have a good night. Stay safe.